Hey family, excuse my noisy baby. She is making so much noise. She needs a catalytic converter, and every time I pump the brakes or press the gas, she's going. She's saying catalytic. I'm so silly. All right, fam. Let's get to the topic at hand today. This is the second time I've seen a young lady making reference to older women projecting their negative views of men on them. And so I said, you know what? That's something that's very important that need to be discussed, because a lot of older women are jaded and hurt and been through a lot, making poor choices. Because a lot of times, we put ourselves in a position to get hurt. We do too much too fast. And until we get that, we're going to keep getting hurt. And so because you've made horrible choices, now you're telling your daughters, oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. I did a video and I explained to you all that my mother and my grandmothers, I've never gotten that from them. They never talked bad of men, although when I grew up, I saw the things that men were doing. My father, my grandfather, I saw the things they did that were not right. And so they didn't need to talk about them. I've got to witness it for myself. So they weren't the type to try to dissuade you from getting married. I didn't experience that. But it looks like a lot of women are doing that to their daughters these days. And I'm going to tell y'all, that's not fair. That's not right. Don't make them give up on their hopes of getting married and finding the right one, because there are men out there that are good. And to be honest, a lot of women are not worthy of the title wife. A lot of women are doing so many disgusting things, don't have no respect for themselves, no love for themselves, but yet you want love from a man. A lot of us are walking around here in full costume, so you don't even love your natural self. And I say full costume, y'all know what I'm talking about. Your natural hair, your natural eyelashes, clean face without all that makeup. Everybody's walking around wearing a mask. And then you're talking about, I need a man to love me. You must love yourself first. That's foremost, right? And so now women don't love themselves, so they're making crazy decisions, and then you're getting mad at the world and saying all men are this, that, and the other. And I'm kind of torn, because on the flip side, like I told you all, my mom and my grandmother never talked badly about my grandfather nor my dad. But when I grew up, I saw who they were. So that also can make a person jaded when you see the men in your family not being up to par. So I don't know if we should be blaming the women for everything, but being that these two young ladies, separate times that I've seen, were saying that the women were like projecting their negative experiences on them, I'm going to talk about that side of it today, because that's what I saw. And so I want to say, ladies, you should tell your children, your daughters, how to act, how to present themselves, how to carry themselves, how to respect themselves, and they will attract what they are. I'm a firm believer in that. If you have a low self-esteem, you're going to attract the no good guys. You are, because they can smell it a mile away. And so if you treat yourself well, you can't help but find you a man that's going to treat you well. And stop this jumping in the bed with people. Stop it. This is not going to show you who they are. You got to get to know somebody, because as soon as they get what they want, they're going to start mistreating you. And you're going, oh, he another dog. No, he's not. You're acting like a stray cat. And you want to call the man a dog. Come on, ladies. Let's be fair. Let's install in our daughters the principles of God. Marriage is beautiful. And Satan is destroying all our relationships in every way, every shape and form. Marriage is such a beautiful institution, but the world is telling you it's not. Oh, you can't trust men. Oh, you can't trust women. There are some horrible men out here, and there are some horrible women out here too. But the crazy thing is, a lot of horrible women think they deserve good men. And so if you've been hurt before, think about the relationship. When you get a certain age, you have to get a little knowledge, gain some knowledge and wisdom, and think about the mistakes you made, because everybody has a part to play when a relationship goes bad. Even if you weren't the one that done something to him, you made poor choices and you saw red flags and you ignored them and you proceeded and got yourself hurt. Don't project that onto your daughters. Now, I gotta say, I'm guilty of that. I didn't see my mom and my grandmothers, like I said, doing stuff like that. But I ended up doing it. Talking to my girlfriend, not in the presence of my daughters when they were little, but as they got older, you tend to be a little less tactful, because now they're growing up, they need to hear this, and so you start saying certain things in their presence. And I regret that, I regret that, because it is what it is, and you speaking about your experience, but I've never said all men are dogs, they just no good, don't get married, don't look for love. I've never discouraged my daughters from, finding love, because I think that's what life is all about. We are here to procreate. Family is important to the Most High God. And the only way to have a family is through a marriage. And so it is very important to let our young ladies know that marriage is wonderful and God ordained it. And so that, yes, it's a beautiful thing. Expect it, look for it, hope for it, pray for it, prepare for it, to be a wife, a virtuous woman, So I don't know, a lot of women are going on these young girls' posts. There's a particular girl, I didn't subscribe to her page, but she popped up in my feed a couple of times, and she said, boy, you older women are so bitter. And that hurt my feelings. She wasn't talking to me, because I'm not a bitter woman. I've never been a bitter woman. But I'm just saying, it hurt my feelings, because the women in my age group, instead of them being wise enough to give good counsel to young ladies, it made me feel bad that women that's supposed to be of a certain age and wisdom are just immature and foolish and saying things to corrupt the young ladies instead of enhancing them, and that just bothered me. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. She said, y'all women are so bitter. I'm talking about love and respecting a man, and y'all sitting here coming against me, telling me there ain't no good men out here and this, that, and the other, and they're saying all these negative things under her post. And I'm like, wow, so is that what older women are doing now? I'm like, that's crazy. And so I feel bad for the young women, because it's like they don't have wise counsel in the older women, and then you got men who will come out and trick them and hurt them. And so if you don't have wise counsel from the women, you won't know what to expect, how to handle yourself, and what to do. And so we got to come better, ladies, because we made poor choices don't mean we should project that onto our daughters, nieces, and anybody else in our family who may be younger than us and looking for love. Do not hinder them and telling them that they ain't going to find it. That's not your right to do, and it's not your place to do. Warn them about being promiscuous. Warn them about not following the laws of God. Now, if you do all of these things, will you not get hurt? It's a possibility that we got some slicksters out here who know what to say, how to say it, and they just live to trick women and take advantage. You could possibly still find somebody who hurt you. But I'm telling y'all, most of the time, if you think back, there are red flags that you see when you're dealing with guys that you choose to ignore. And they could be anything from their foul mouth, the way they speak about women. They don't really have a respect for women. They call women the B words. They curse too much. Their mouth is foul. I don't even want to kiss a mouth of a man who uses all that language and considers women to be the B word. But nowadays, half the women are calling each other the B word, So that's why I said you need to be wife material if you want a husband. And so it works both ways. But there are red flags in men: lazy, don't want to work, don't have no goals, have a bunch of children, had a whole long list of lovers. There are so many. He done been to jail a couple of times. There's so many things that you can see in the beginning that may be a red flag. Mama drama. His father wasn't there. He's hurt, so he's mad at the world. If you see these things in a man, run, because he's not ready to be no husband. But then you say, oh, he went through so much. Oh, I want to love him. Maybe I can make him feel better. Maybe I can help him. No, you're not his help. God is his help. You cannot help that man. God is his help. He can only heal if he wants to heal, and that's not going to be through you. And that's our biggest problem. So we have these red flags that we ignore. Stop ignoring these red flags, and you wouldn't be getting your heart broken. Stop moving so fast, and you wouldn't be getting your heart broken. Put yourself in the best position to get what you want. That's all I'm saying. And older women, please, because you bitter and lonely and you didn't get to find the love of your life, or the love of your life hurt you, and he wasn't worth 2 cents anyway, when you really think about it, he wasn't worthy of your forever. Don't do that to the young ladies in your life. Don't do that to them. It's not fair and it's not right. Give them wise counsel. Teach them from your mistakes, because once we make a bunch of mistakes and you grow up, you're supposed to see what your mistakes are and have learned from them. Now you can teach the next generation something. I made this mistake and I married him and things didn't go well. And then stop putting everything on the man, because everybody contributes to a marriage or a breakup. Both parties contribute to it. And you might not have cheated on him or treated him bad, but you allowed him to cheat on you and treat you bad. So that's where the contribution was lying at, you know? All right, I'm done. I got to go into the store and get a couple of things. Come on, ladies. Ladies of wisdom. 40 and up. You're supposed to be spitting that knowledge out to these young ladies. Don't be misleading them. And don't try to, dishonor them when they desire to get married and have children. Don't tell them things like, oh, ain't no good men out here. Oh, these men ain't this, men ain't that. A lot of women ain't this, and a lot of women ain't that, and a lot of women ain't good either. Let's teach our children, boys and girls, to be good people, to be godly, to be righteous, to have morals and have respect for themselves and others. And this way they will make good husbands and wives. Peace, love, and blessings to you all. I'm here. My poor car making